broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Well, hello, and welcome to another edition of Spotlight On here on AFTERBUZZ TV. I'm your host, James Lott Jr., and you can find me on the interwebs, on Twitter at BlackHopeLA, that's BLAKHOPELA. Use the hashtag SpotlightOn or AFTERBUZZ if you want to continue the conversation or tell me what you think about this episode. What we do here is we actually take someone from the industry and we spotlight them. And this person, I am very excited because I love the show she is on. This show is so funny. My guest is a talented singer, actress. She's Puerto Rican born, but Nashville raised. She had a career, and she has a career today on the hit CBS, almost said CBS, hit NBC comedy called Telenovela. She plays Roxy Rios, and she is hilarious. And this is my guest, Jadyn Douglas.
Hey!
Hi, how are you?
Good, happy to be here.
I'm glad you're here too, on this gloomy day in Los Angeles.
I know. That's all right. These microphones got enough yellow to bring us the sunshine.
They do like butter buzz.
I love it.
That's good. So, welcome to the show today.
Thank you.
On this MLK Day. We love it today. We're living the dream. You living the dream?
That's right, absolutely.
Yes, I could tell. When we came in, we got big hugs, and the Puerto Ricanness was thick. We're ready. I love it.
That's right. Boricua.
That's right. That's right. So, I wanted to start out with just talking about that you're living the dream. You're on a network show with Eva Longoria.
Yes.
With Jen Carlos. All these people who are like, Maureen Lasco. I love him from Prison Break and shows like that.
Maori, a fellow Boricua also.
I know. Yes, I know.
Yes.
So can you tell me a little about that? How does it feel?
Oh my gosh, it's overwhelming. I feel so blessed to be a part of such an amazing thing. Meeting Eva for the first time was incredible. And working with her is just amazing because I get to see so many sides of her that, the public might see her and think, well, she's a major star, so she's probably this, that, and the other. Yeah. She is so genuine and humble and a philanthropist, and I can learn from her every single day.
She does, if people don't know out there, she does a lot of work for Latinos in the in the realms of politics.
Yes.
Advocacy. She does all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah, she's involved. The cast has been a part of so many fun things, like Padres contra el Cáncer is a charity for children, and it'll break your heart, children dealing with cancer, and the families, and it's predominantly Latino, and Eva's got her hands in so many amazing things. It's just fun to be a part of these things and try to make a difference. So it's amazing.
So how did this script come to your attention?
Well, long story short, I got an agent when I was living in Manhattan, and I moved back to Nashville, and so I would do self-tapes, and I thought, who really watches self-tapes? Seriously, you always have a better chance, typically, if you can go in the room and read with the casting director and make an impression. They get to see your personality, how you physically look, and whatever. So I thought, whatever, but I sent in my self-tapes, and I got this particular script, and I had read for Latin roles before, and they literally looked at me and were like, you did so good, but I'll be honest, you just don't look the part.
Okay, we're talking about that.
And I'm like, but Latinas come in all shapes
Yes,
and
they
colors.
do. Yes, they do.
I know I have green eyes, but my uncle has green eyes. Tío Lelo has green eyes. We come in all shades and colors. But that's kind of where it's at. So I thought, man, this one clearly says a Latina, and I don't look it, but I'm going to go for it anyway.
Okay.
So I remember reading with my mom. She read with me in my back foyer of my home. And we're like, you know what? I don't look it, right? So I need to put on a little something. So I'm going to talk like this, and I just have to do the accent because that's the only way they're going to look at me and think that I'm a little bit of Spanish. So I tapped into my mom, tapped into Rosa.
Go on, Madre.
Tapped
That's
into
right.
Rosa. And it sent it in, and I'm like, well, who knows? And next thing you know, I'm getting a call. The network wants you to come and test, blah, blah, blah. You're coming out to LA. And I'm like, what?
Wow.
It was insane. And then I fly to LA. I meet Eva for the first time.
Oh, you met her on? Okay.
Literally, she was the one testing with me for the network. She read with me.
Okay.
And I was surprised at how amazing she was and sweet she was. And You know, I went back to my hotel that night and I thought, well, you never know. I told my family, I think it went well, but you really never know. I don't know what they're looking for. I hope I'm it. And I got a call and I'm like, hello? And she's like, hi, this is Eva. And I'm like,
she called you.
I'm sorry, Eva who? Like, what? This can't be Eva Longoria. And she's like, this is Eva. I just wanted to congratulate you. You got the part. And I just want to welcome you to the family. I start crying, hysterical, saying freaky weird things like, I'm gonna make you so proud, Eva. And she's probably like, whoa, just met you, back off.
She's all, just be an actress, you'll be fine.
Oh, really? Control yourself. But no, and I cried so much, but it was so much joy. And literally from that day on, it's just been an emotional and amazing ride. You know,
Casey, you bring up a couple of really great points that I want to touch on. And one is, in Hollywood, they obviously think Latinas, I guess, are what, dark hair, dark eyed.
There's a stereotype.
There is.
There's a
so
stereotype.
how do you navigate through that?
I mean, I just keep going out for the roles.
Yeah. Like,
and honestly, I just got blessed with this one, you know? But we do come in all shades and colors. Yes, and Giancarlo Canela is Cuban and has light eyes like me. And pretty fair skin. So it's like, we come in all shades and colors. And on top of that, I am mixed. My dad's gringo. So what are you going to do?
Okay,
you know?
His
side is like Swedish, Norwegian background. So I am a complete mix. But honestly, that's what America is.
Yes, it is.
There's no more, black, white, Spanish, Chinese, this, that, and the other. Like, we're all a mix. And I actually love that. The more we keep mixing, the more people are not going to even see that.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's the way it should be.
You know, it's just so amazing that, you know, in this day and age that we do have to still fight kind of through the stereotypes of what people think we are.
Yeah, there are stereotypes. And, but I love being able to be a stereotype that kind of breaks that, because then it's proof that there is no ceiling. Hello, who's our president? Hello, like, I got a Latino role and I don't look it. Like, there is no ceiling. So it's like, I always want to be someone that encourages people, that even if some people tell you no, if it's your dream or it's your calling, you don't stop. You keep going. And so I want to be that voice. So I'm grateful to have a part in a Latina show. Yo soy boricua, yo hablo español. There's no question whether or not I'm Spanish. But I get to be a part of it, even though I may not look it to everybody.
Which is a great thing for folks who look like you, who are coming up saying, well, I want to be an actor or an actress also, and I want to do this.
The sky is the limit. There is no limit.
It really is up to you and your thought process, isn't it?
It is.
How you handle things.
It is a mindset. For sure.
No, it really is. And I think what's funny about this show is that this show is kind of a spoof on the telenovela stuff. I was hooked on a couple myself back in the day. I was hooked on. Well, it's funny. I went to Dominican Republic a couple years ago, and I got hooked on.
I love it there.
I also, oh my god! I started to Santo Domingo. I didn't go to the resorts.
Okay.
I actually went to the city, and I was like, I loved it. I loved all of it. Even though the parts were kind of crazy, but I loved it. And so in the mornings, I was recovering from the night before, I see some shows on, and one was the Kardashians were on there.
Oh, that's
dubbed
crazy.
in Spanish.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. I was like, dubbed in Spanish. But the one I got hooked on one with Kate Del Castillo, which was who she was on your show.
She was.
Yeah, Larian Dosor was the one that I got hooked on.
Okay.
And I watched it. I couldn't stop. I came back to America. I'm like, okay, what channel is it on? And I couldn't. I found it, and I was like so happy. So there are a few over the years that I've gone to, but you get to play a character who's kind of overplaying a character that would be in a telenovela.
Yes. My character, Roxy, is a young, slightly naive ingenue.
Optimistic.
She's very optimistic, very bubbly, and she's very va-va-vu. She is super sexy. Oh my god.
So how do you handle that while you're, do you ever get embarrassed? Kind of like, oh my god,
yeah. I mean, the pilot, the first episode we did was like, there was that, we'll just call it a bouncing shot. And I was mortified thinking of the fact that my dad is going to see this. I was mortified. But I took one for the team.
Yes, you did. You did a great job. I saw the episode. You did a great job.
Thank you. But my character is so much fun to play because she is so different from me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm bubbly like her.
Yes, you are.
But thank you. Yes. But I'm not as va-va-voom and like, and so it's fun to get to tap into that.
That's what I think is kind of cool, because you guys are all playing. You're on a Latino show, so to speak, but it's not strictly that.
Right.
You have so many layers on your show.
So many layers. I mean, our show is truly a show for everyone. It's an American show. It's an American show based on the lives of Spanish soap opera stars. That's what it is. That's what a telenovela is. Some people don't know. A telenovela is a Spanish soap opera. So it's fun to get to play both sides. Absolutely. When you're in the novela, everything's very dramatic. And I cry a lot. My character cries all the time in the novela. That's like all she does. And then they say cut and she's like, yay, lunch, you know, on with the day.
Yes.
But no, she's very, very bubbly. But I feel like as naive as she comes off, you get to find out through the season that she is smarter than she seems.
No,
there's
actually,
more to her.
No, I think I noticed that. I think episode, I want to say maybe it was 4 or 5. I thought you were a little smarter.
Good.
Because you were kind of making fun of what's his character's name?
Yes, Giancarlo's Javi.
Yes, and you're making fun of him. Like, but no, there's something in there. Which sometimes that's the best characters on TV. The ones like, we'll just say like Rose Nyland on Golden Girls, or where they seem like they're really naive, but deep down
they know a little something.
No, you know something. You know something on Girl. And then for you as an actress, it must be just wonderful to play.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing to play, and I get a kick out of it because I'll do the show and then like I'll meet someone and they're like, Wait, you play Roxy? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, but you look so different and you sound so different. I'm like, yeah, it's acting. I get to play an amazing character. Yeah, so it's fun to get to have, you know, that element of surprise too. People are like, that's you?
Yeah, like, so now the thing is, you're on a basically mostly Latino set. So how does that feel? Is it like a big familia? Is it like just like...
It's a total familia. I love our show because it's
diverse. Craft services.
Oh my gosh, amazing. Amazing. Our show is diverse in so many ways though. It's not even just like, oh, we're Latino cast. But like, it's deeper than that. Like, we have so many females on our writing team. We have black, we have gay, we have straight, we have almost every ethnicity.
Yeah.
I love the diversity that we've got. And it's not just in, you know, skin color. It's like female, male, like there is no exclusions in our show, and I love that.
Because the co-executive producers, did Cougar Town, correct? The two women, Chrissy and Jessica.
Jess. Yes. Oh my gosh, they're amazing. Yeah. They're amazing. They're hilarious together. If you ever talk to them together, you will laugh your butt off.
I want you guys on my show. Now I interview you guys.
They're so good.
They
They're
really
amazing.
Are. Oh, they are.
Yes.
So there must be a lot of laughter on set then too.
So too much. Like I don't know how we get any work done. I really don't know how we get any work done. It's amazing.
That's great. I love the show so much. I really did. For me, I love shows that are almost kind of meta, where they're making fun of something that's real, yet it's also kind of realness in it.
Right. Bringing the truth, but in a comedic way.
Yes, and it's a little slapsticky, which I like. I like a little slapstick. You know, and Ava, of course, she does a lot of slapstick on there.
She's incredible.
I mean, she's so good. Now, Ava's supposed to be tiny. Is she tiny? Like, she's like...
She is teeny. She's so petite. Oh, my gosh. But she got that booty, though.
Yes, she does.
She got that Latina booty, though.
That's right.
I love her. The whole cast is amazing.
Yeah, it's good.
It's amazing. Amaury is amazing. I love that he plays such a different character than he played on Prison Break.
Yes,
it's definitely. Much different than Sucre.
Oh, my God,
yes. You know, so amazing. And Diana Maria Riva is so she blows my mind.
She's hilarious.
She's amazing. Like the work, I don't know how she remembers all her, like, just amazing. And then you've got Izzy and you've got Jose and like the whole crew. Alex Meneses.
She is the bomb.
Who doesn't love Isabella?
First
like,
of all,
even though she's
her hair like this big.
Oh my gosh. It's a helmet. We call it the helmet. Yeah. No, it's a whole thing. Because, you know, her hair is gorgeous and like silky.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. There's a helmet. It's a process. But that transformation is so fun.
Yeah.
Like, we all get to get outside of ourselves, which we love.
Yes. Do you guys film in LA?
We do.
Oh, you film in LA? That's pretty cool. So,
we do.
Local hometown, filming here. And you're living out here in LA?
I am.
Oh, very good.
I am. Our show is set in Miami, but we do shoot it here in LA.
I know. I was just in Miami last week.
Maybe one of these days we'll shoot an episode out there, though. That'd be fun.
I didn't want to come home. I was there last week. I didn't want to come home.
Oh, my gosh.
It rained a little bit, which is weird for January in Florida. It rained a little bit. But then when it cleared, I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah, this is everything.
I was like, I didn't leave Miami Beach. I didn't want to leave. So now, what I was going to ask you is, on the show, when you get the scripts, are you just like, oh my God, have me doing this? This is hilarious, this is great, or this is terrible? How do you navigate through that also?
Yeah, I mean, each week, I mean, you're filming an episode while you get another script, and you have to go over for the next week. So you're filming this week, and you're working on your lines for this week while you're looking over things for the coming week. And so definitely it's that element of like, oh Lord, what do they have me doing this time? And so you read it and you're like, oh my gosh, you're kidding me. Oh my gosh. And then sometimes even like you'll read it and you'll be like, yeah, it seems funny. When you get in the room and all the characters come to life, then that's when you die. That's when you die laughing.
So funny.
Because like you read some things on paper and it's like some things are just hilarious on paper, and then some things are like, that's funny, that's funny. But when it's in person and you see Eva or whoever it is that's doing the scene put the comedic twist on it, or the physical aspect. Because Eva's rolling all over cars.
Yeah, she is. I mean, it's crazy.
I mean, you know, I had a stunt double for that. I had a fall.
Did you a stunt double, really?
And I had a stunt double for that. But I was like, I want to try it. I want to try it. So me and Izzy actually did do it. Oh. But we did have stunt doubles that day. It's just crazy. It's the physical element is so fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
To do it with it.
It's like being a big kid.
It is. Right? Absolutely, it is.
That's so funny. So, I mean, this show, I'm so glad NBC got it, because I know NBC's part of Telemundo, too. And they're all part of the same.
We're a big family.
Big family. So, what have you heard from people in those communities? Have they been saying anything to you and saying, you know, great, this is funny? I mean, how has it been for you?
Everyone is so supportive and so excited. Everyone loves the show, loves the cast. I mean, honestly, the response is overwhelming. It is. Yeah. We're humbled and we're grateful. Yeah. I am just, like I said, happy to be a small part of such a big thing.
I feel like it's lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
I really do. I love me. This is a show that I'm going to buy the DVD.
Oh,
and watch it. I know. I just think it's right up my alley. I love shows like these. I think it's so funny. Would you ever be on a telenovela? You think, after doing this kind of show, would you think you could be on one?
That could be crazy.
That'd be crazy. You actually do one. Like, okay, now I'm gonna really do one.
Like, now I'm gonna go for it. That could be crazy.
That episode with the stare. Oh my God. They are shot beautifully.
So
they are.
I'll look good. If nothing else, they're good at that. No, I don't know. That would be really crazy.
It'd be funny. I just thought, this was a question. I was like, I'm gonna ask her if she ever would do one of those.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. Were there any telenovelas that you actually watched growing up, like with your abuelas or anything, or tias or anything?
Yeah, my mom was super addicted to several, and so you get kind of sucked in, because we didn't have TiVo or DVR back then, so it's literally like, it's on at 7, so everyone, this is what the TV's going to be on.
That's very true.
And so I got sucked in. I loved Thalia, and Thalia played.
Yeah, I remember that.
She was in Rosalinda, she was in Maria Mercedes.
Yes, I remember that.
And so I loved it. It was the whole story of the girl that goes from rags to riches.
Yes.
She falls in love with this man, and it's this beautiful story. And I definitely got sucked in. I just thought she was gorgeous too.
Well, she was, yeah.
Like,
I mean, she still is. Yeah, she still is.
She still is.
Yes.
But
back then,
no, I definitely got sucked into those.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
So I would say, so now you were born in Puerto Rico, but you were raised in Nashville.
That's right.
So how much of Nashville influence is in your blood as you're out here in Hollywood doing the acting?
I mean, I think a lot. I was born in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and since I was 2, raised pretty much in Tennessee. We moved around a lot.
Okay.
But Nashville is definitely home, and that's where all my immediate family are now.
Okay.
So Nashville's home. It definitely, that has a lot to do with, and even music. I grew up listening to all kinds of music. I grew up singing in church. Everything from gospel to Southern gospel. So I love music, and Nashville is a very musically driven city.
Yes, it is.
And the stigmatism or the stereotype is that it's just country. It's not. Nowadays, it's country, it's pop, it's rock, it's sort of everything, but Nashville has a lot of musical talent.
That's what I heard. Actually, I've heard that it's actually nowadays it's not just country.
Yeah, it's not
at all.
It's many genres.
It's pretty much just a cosmopolitan city for the South, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it is. It's a big, small city.
What is one thing about Nashville people should know about?
Let me think. There's so many things. I mean,
give me a couple things.
I mean, you should definitely go to Nashville. If you're going to go to Nashville, you should definitely go downtown and see our little country bars and listen to live music
I'd love that.
Karaoke. There's this spot called Wannabes, and if you want to go in there and have a good time, you got to go downtown. Okay. Our strip is very short.
Okay.
You'll see it very quick. But no, that's great. And then there's so many like restaurants. Like there's one particular called Monell's. If you're gonna go to Nashville, you got to eat at Monell's. It's like family style. You walk in, huge table, you sit with strangers, and they bring big plates of like fried chicken and mac and cheese and you pass it around the table.
Oh my God.
Like amazing. Amazing. So I love to eat. That's one thing. When you grow up in the South and with a Puerto Rican mama,
yes.
I love to
You will be eating.
I love good food. You come to LA and it's not as much bread, you know?
No.
I'm like, oh, gluten-free.
Yeah, you'll be eating. I mean, when I go back east, it's like the fried yuca's over there and the pork eggs over there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like tostones are right there, ready for it. I'm like, I just got here. I'm like, I'm trying to lose some weight, but
tostones dipped in ketchup.
Oh,
what?
I know. Done.
Oh
done.
Plátanos.
Done.
Oh my gosh.
Why did I bring that here with us? They should have all this.
I know.
It's really good. So we're going to actually show. We're going to continue talking. We're going to show you a clip of telenovela. It's a trailer, and you'll see her in it. And we're going to continue talking a little bit about the show while it's on. What I wanted to ask you is, who is your best friend on set?
Oh my gosh, I can't pick one. I really can't. I can't pick one. Everyone from, the styling to costumes to Eva to Deanna to, I mean, they're all, they just all feel like family. I can't pick one.
That's good. That's good. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
That's good. Who would you go to if you had something really serious happen first? Like I always say, who'd you go to? You're like, I'm in jail. Like, who'd you go to? You think you'd go to?
Oh my gosh, like on the show? I'd probably go to Eva.
You're like, girl, I need your help right now.
Yeah.
She can make anything happen.
Help me! Yeah, I'd probably go to Eva. I would definitely save that card. Like, it has to be an emergency. But yeah, she'd probably be. I'd be like, girl, what do I do?
Yep.
Because she's so knowledgeable. I mean, even if she hasn't lived it, done it, she'd know what to do.
She's been around for a while, which I didn't realize the other day. I was talking about that. She's been around for a long time.
She's a veteran.
She looks great.
She doesn't age.
Right. What is your philosophy about this business so far as you've been in it? The acting part. We're going to talk about the music next, but the acting part. What are some of your philosophies about that?
I mean, I still consider myself up and coming. Okay. I'm just sort of beginning. But I guess one thing, like I said before, is just to never give up, because you may audition for 20 million things and not be right for that. Yeah. But then there's that one. And that one can change your entire life. So if you give up because 20 other people told you you're no good or this doesn't work for you, then you're really selling yourself short. So I would just say, always persevere, go through it, and at some point, you're gonna land something.
I like that advice. It's just basically just stay in your lane, continue doing it. Things may happen for whatever reason, right?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily you.
Oh, there's been many scripts and roles that I wanted and was like, I have to have this, and it didn't happen. Yeah. So it just wasn't meant to be. Yeah. That's it. It wasn't meant to be. And then this, my role, they had a difficult time casting. They looked for my character for a while. Wow. And you know what that means? What God has for you, no one can take. And He had this role for me.
I love it.
So I feel blessed to be here. And I would just say, go. Just keep going. Don't stop. If this is your dream and this is your calling, don't stop.
I always tell people, because if you're not doing what you are, just feel like you're meant to do, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I couldn't imagine doing something that I hated. Like, I am blessed to be able to do something that I absolutely love.
Yes. Now I want to talk about, because you are a double threat. Because you can sing. And on the show, actually, when you opened your mouth and you're like, it doesn't sound like this, it sounds like, and you sang this little note, like,
did my little Christina Aguilera run.
Yeah, you did. I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, who is this chick? She can sing too. So how long have you been singing?
I grew up singing literally since the age of 2. Wow. I've been singing my whole life. And I've always known that was going to be, part of my calling and my career. I always knew that, and I've always chased it. And it's just funny how some things work in a different order than you think.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So
that's true.
Here I am on telenovela, and I could not have foreseen that growing up. Right. I am just so grateful to be here. And honestly, once Eva heard me sing and the writers heard me sing, they were so amazing about, we're going to write this in. When I read that script and it said, right here, she does a Christina Aguilera type run, I was like, they wrote that in? Oh my God, this is amazing. Two of my favorite things to do, I get to do.
At once.
So at once. So, and that's the beauty of music and acting. They're all entertainment. They all fall under that entertainment umbrella. So I don't have to choose. No, I'm able to have the liberty and freedom to do both. Right. So it's a win-win for me. I love both.
Because, singing is also a type of acting. You're performing a song.
It totally is a performing.
Everything, yes.
It totally is. And I feel like growing up singing and performing, and there were times I performed for 20,000 people. I feel like that, in a way, also helps set me up for this side of the industry, because it takes away nerves. It teaches you to just be you in front of that many people. The main difference is that I'm playing a character. So when I'm on stage and I'm performing, I'm still me. I don't have a Sasha Fierce. I'm just Jadyn. So when I get up there, I'm just me. I'm just having a good time. But when I'm Roxy, I get to really tap into someone else.
Yeah.
So that's like the main difference, but they're very intertwined.
Yeah. Because speaking of people, you back in the day, you were with a hip hop group called Grits. On a YouTube tribute album. I did a song with them. Yes, With or Without You. Now, can you explain who Grits were and what was that? They were a crossover. I think they started on the Christian side of things, but a crossover rap duo basically. And I met them and loved them, and they have great energy. And I don't know how old I was when I did that. I don't know if I was like 19 or 20. Yeah. But I loved the song, and you know, it was for a good cause, and so I was happy to be a part of it. Yeah, someone should be able to know it was for In the Name of Love, Artists United for Africa. Because that's Bono's, that's his big thing. Yes. Yes. Thing. So anyway, it was awesome just to be a part of that. Yeah. And so I want to ask a question. Do you remember your earliest memory of a song or an album that you've heard that you liked, that you can remember? Gosh, I mean, I can cheat a little bit and go as far back as like 3 and 4 because I sang in church. Can you really? Cheat? Then do it, yeah, please. But honestly, if you were to ask me what was like the deepest ingrained, like life-changing thing for me, it would be Mariah Carey. Oh, wow, okay. Hands down, Mariah Carey. When I heard that woman sing, and I heard, you know, Always Be My Baby, and Treating Me Kind, Sweet Destiny. When I heard that, I was like, what? She became my, like, oh, this is what I want to be like one day, like, as a little girl. She's a songstress. Oh my gosh, yeah. Between her and Whitney, there were so many that just broke. Yeah. So many, you know, it's like you hadn't really heard that before. No, you didn't. And singing these super pop songs because you have Tommy Mottola involved, and it was just amazing. So honestly, that was when I was like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And you say you guys sang, you sang in church too? I sang in church growing up, absolutely. And what denomination were you guys? Was it Catholic, Baptist? Was it what kind of... Pretty much Southern Baptist, but at this point it's more non-denominational, you know, because I feel like sometimes... Well, a lot of times religion can segregate, and I don't like the segregation. Yeah. So, you know, but definitely. But the music type, it was Southern Baptist, like. We had gospel, you know, and it was great. I feel like that soul brings a different element, and I mean, Whitney is the #1 example. Yes. That woman is incredible, incredible, and. She started in church, so it gives you a lot of soul, and you come from sort of a different place when you sing. I feel like, and then also you got vocal training, I'm sure, through your pastor choir people. You got all this, you know, the training to sing those kind of songs. Or? I didn't have any training. Once I signed my first record deal, and I was doing a lot of performing, my voice would get tired. So then I started seeing a vocal coach just for like stamina. But. Yeah, a lot of it was just listening to songs and sort of trying to mimic or make it your own. Like, okay, she did that. I'm going to try this. You sound like Mariah a second ago. You just sound like her. Oh, thank you. She's amazing. She's amazing. Yeah, so basically, so you had your church background, you did the Grits, and then you were signed to Neo's label, Compound. I did. I was. And so now what happened with that? What was going on with that time period? You know, long story short, I was signed as a songwriter to Universal, and they represented Neo at the time, and so they were like, you know what, I should really make this connection with you guys because you never know what could come of it. And so I went to Atlanta and met his manager, and I wrote 2 songs there on the spot, recorded them, and anyway, I ended up getting a call from Neo saying that they wanted to sign me, and so I was very excited. And so we worked together, did some songs together. I toured with him. It was a lot of fun. One thing led to another, and it ended up not being the right fit. So we went our separate ways, but no hard feelings, and I am grateful for that opportunity. And you know what? With each lesson, so much is learned that I'm better because of it. So I'm grateful. Yeah. So songwriting. So how do songs come to you? Is divine intervention? Like, how do they come to you? I mean, sort of. I love to write about things that I've either personally gone through or maybe witnessed someone else go through.
and try to bring it to life with color, and I may add a few things, you know.
Yeah,
it's not always 100% exactly
Yeah.
what happened, but that's where the inspiration comes from. But yeah, typically depends on what genre, because for example, if I'm writing country, then you go in a room with someone who plays guitar and just kind of come up with melody and lyric then. Or if I'm writing to a track, which is more how the pop R&B genre works, I'll go in with the music and I'll just put it on loop and I'll just keep listening. I'll come up with a melody first, and then sometimes a title will come to me like, this would be a good theme, and then from there I start writing, and sometimes it's the verses first, sometimes it's the chorus first, but I'll sit there and have it on repeat until I'm done. But it's so awesome. It's so therapeutic to be able to write a song and get your feelings out. If you're mad that day, it's like, go write a song. If you're having the best day of your life, go write a song. You know, if you've got new love, if you've got a breakup, ask Adele. I mean, these songs work because they're real. They come from a real place. So it's fun to be able to write and express myself that way.
That's great. A songwriter. That's great. I think that's so wonderful. So when you are learning songs, and after you remember, like you said, you went on tour for a little bit and you have to sing them.
Yeah.
Has that helped you in your acting with memorizing lines?
You know what? I bet it has. I hadn't really thought about it, but growing up and memorizing lyrics and things like that, I'm sure that helps that memory muscle. Because they say it's a muscle.
It's a muscle. I'm sure it is, yes.
Yeah. I mean, even the lines that like Eva and Diana and some of them have on the show, I'm like, girl, how do you remember all those lines? And they're like, it's a muscle. Like, the more you push yourself, the more you retain. So, you know, I might be stressing about 2 words and they got 4 paragraphs. I'm like, got me looking crazy. But, you know, it's a muscle. So definitely I think you stretch it. What
is your process? When you get your script, what is your process in trying to memorize lines?
I highlight.
Okay.
You know, some acting coaches I think are somewhat against that. I forget the reasoning, but I highlight. I have to see my lines bright. And sometimes I will read them in the mirror, which they probably also say not to do.
Oh, really? Oh, well,
I didn't grow up with acting coaches, so I just kind of made my own way.
Yeah.
But I like to kind of see the expression and make sure that it's authentic. But I just read them over and over and over and over. But I like to read them written. Like some people it's audio, and I can do that too, but I like to see them.
Visual.
I'm visual. Too. Even in school, like I could memorize. I would get an A on that test, but the bad thing was I didn't remember what that was the next day. It's like I can cram and I can memorize for like, you know, for when I need it. And then the next day it's like, oh, I don't know what I said.
Whatever breakfast yesterday, I don't know.
No clue.
Yeah. But that's actually an interesting thought, because I know for me, I'm very visual also. I write everything. I mean, I have note cards, but I write everything down. And I just look at it and I'm like, okay, got it.
Yeah, I'm very visual.
And I have friends who actually they record their lines and play them in the car as they're like driving around, over and over again.
And you can do both.
Yeah.
You know, both work. But you know, that's sort of my process.
So, what kind of music do you like to sing in general? You like all kinds of music, I know, but what's something that you that really brings it home for you?
I mean, I obviously grew up singing gospel, and I've dabbled in some like pop country, and I love writing pop country because it's different. But my favorite has always been pop with sort of an R&B like urban twist.
I can see that with you. I can see that.
It's always been my favorite. You know, I mean, I love that soul. But then I like a good beat, and so I'd have to say pop with a slightly like R&B flavor to it.
Would you be open to doing musicals? I can see you doing a musical.
I've never done a musical. I don't know. I would be open to it.
That'd be interesting.
My main thing with my music is that I have always, from day one, wanted to do a genre that could also be incorporated on the Latin side.
Ooh, okay.
So for me, it's important to never leave out who I am, and I am Puerto Rican, and so when I do an album, I always want to be able to do a genre that can cross over and vice versa. Like, so that's my goal. Like, definitely this show is a huge opportunity, and it opens so many doors, and I'm excited to get back to music, and that's definitely a big thing for me. I want to be able to incorporate my Latina side. So, you know, it's easy to do that with like a pop R&B flavor and mix that. Enrique Iglesias has got so many #1s, even just right now on the radio. And I love them. They have such a happy, I feel like Latin music makes you happy. Like, it just makes you so happy.
It does.
So I want to be able to mesh the two worlds.
It's funny to say that because I just came from a Puerto Rican wedding when I was in Miami. My niece got married. And some of the non-Latinos were like, this music is so happy. I can't help but move. And I said, that's something that I really like. It's just that it's like in the world of all the craziness going on.
Yes.
to have something that's upbeat and positive.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, it just makes you feel good. It's
does.
like you can't even explain it. The song may not even be lyrically happy,
right.
but that beat, that music makes you happy. You can't help but smile. I grew up listening to Olga Tañón.
Oh,
and she's Puerto Rican.
Yes, she is.
And, like, you know, it was always, you know, just, is
that's
this
right.
how you met Engue, Mom? Oh, my God. We would go to Puerto Rico, and I'm, like, begging my cousins, like, teach me. How do I do merengue and salsa and this and that and the other? I am by no means a professional dancer. Very far from it. But it is.
It's in your blood. You know it's in there.
It's got to be somewhere in there.
It's in there.
But no, I love Spanish music.
Yeah, I love Puerto Rico. I just every time I'm just like so happy. I just feel like it's a beautiful place. Number one,
it is,
and everybody's just so friendly.
They are, and you know, then you got coqui frogs at night. Where else can you hear that coqui? All night you hear that.
Yes.
You know.
Oh, I love it.
I love Puerto Rico.
I love it. So, I mean, you are living the dream. I mean, you really are living the dream.
It does feel that way. I really feel that way. I wake up sometimes and I'm just like, wow, like I can't believe that this is where I am at this point in my life. It's crazy.
You are a great example of someone who it's like, I'm just like everybody else, like you guys out there.
Absolutely.
And I'm doing what I like to do. And opportunity knocked.
Yeah.
And you didn't say, nah, never mind. You're like, no, I'm gonna answer the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it.
And do that.
Yeah. You have to.
What are some things that you'd like to accomplish, you think, and then just like in the next 5-10 years, you think you'd like to accomplish in your career?
Well, I mean, obviously, I want to keep moving forward with telenovela and see where Roxy grows and character development. I think that's going to be just awesome.
Yes.
And then aside from that, I'd love to do some work in film and get to play some completely different types of roles as well. And then the music side of things, I definitely want to put out an album. I have yet to put out a full album. Wow. And, you know, and I've been signed, and for one reason or another, it just didn't happen. It just didn't work out. And so I look forward to the day when I finally get to say, Jadyn's album is out. It's released. This is me. This is my 400 years of experience, because that's what it feels like, poured into one album. I am going to be so proud. Yeah. I feel like,
my album drops.
You know? Finally. And I have such sweet fans from like back in the day who are like,
come on, girl.
We love you on telenovela. When are you going to put out an album? And I'm like, oh my gosh, the fact that you still even remember means so much. Yeah. So I definitely want to put out an album and be able to do both. That's definitely my goal. Over the next 5 years, I definitely want to have a good handle on both sides.
What is the message you'd like to give to your fans?
I mean, my biggest thing is to just always chase your calling, find your purpose, you know, because there's nothing worse than living a life that's very mundane and very, like, monotonous, 9 to 5, and I hate my job, and I hate my life, and da-da-da. So find things that bring joy and make you happy, and chase after those things. You know, I just feel like so many people give up right before they would have accomplished their goal.
That's so true, isn't it?
Right before.
That's so true.
You know, Katy Perry and I, we pretty much grew up together, and we were longtime friends for a while. And even she told me, Jay, I was almost ready to give up when it happened. So it's important to never give up, because you don't know how close you really are.
That's true.
And that's in anything.
That's in
for
anything.
People in school that are getting a degree and they're just so exhausted that they want to quit. But it's like, you're almost there. Just keep going.
Yeah, I know people who do like, they're like, oh, if I go to school, I just have 3 credits. I'm like, 3 credits away from, you know. Like,
keep going. Keep chasing that dream.
Yeah.
Even if it seems impossible. It does seem impossible to be a Hollywood actress.
Oh, yeah.
That seems impossible. Yeah. But it's not.
Nope. It's not. You're proof.
So, you know, for that reason, it's like I try to encourage people, because I've had my experiences, and like, no, not this. This didn't work out. This didn't work out. But you have to believe in yourself. That's where it starts.
Yes.
And then others will come.
Yeah, I would say, like, if you carry yourself a certain way, then people will see that and they'll respond.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely. You have to stay on track. I mean, you can't you know, you got to stay on track. But if you stay on track and keep pushing, I do believe it will come to fruition.
Yeah, I agree. Oh my God, this has been great.
Yes.
I am totally going to buy your album when it comes out.
Oh, thank you.
Like, I will show it to everybody, all my followers who listen to the album.
Oh, thank you.
And I will continue to follow your rise of success.
Thank you so much.
You're just the best.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Everybody, so Annie, where can they find you on social media? Tell them in there where they can find you.
I am at Jadyn Douglas on everything. So at at JADYNDOUGLAS, at Jadyn Douglas.
And of course, I'm gonna have the link to this this broadcast and more so that she's doing. You can follow me at Black Help LA, and on my Facebook page, James Lott Jr. I'll be posting things, and we'll be following her as we go on.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time on Spotlight On and AfterBuzz TV.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.